Good evening, this is the Oscar Expert here. I am going to review Clemency, directed by Chinonye Chukwu. The film stars Alfre Woodard. She is the warden on a death row prison. So as you can probably tell, this is not a fun movie. It's a very quiet, dark, kind of depressing movie. The events in the film surround the upcoming sentence of a character played by Albus Hodge, who is in this sort of like high-profile case where he seems to very likely be innocent. And the movie is about the pressure that Alfre Woodard's character feels from, that case, and just the general toll that being the warden on death row and witnessing people being put to death and being with these prisoners every day, knowing that they're going to die, how that affects her. Alfre Woodard is absolutely incredible in this movie. At first I was like, oh, this is one of those performances that's very quiet and subdued, but then it comes out in other moments. But it's yeah, that is the performance that this is. We may have seen performances that do this, but Alfre Woodard's way of revealing the repressed emotion of her character is extraordinary. She should have been deep into this year's Best Actress race, and I'm not sure what happened there, but her performance is unquestionably one of the most powerful of the year. Another great performance that should have been in the conversation for supporting actor is Albus Hodge. As an actor, he makes a lot of unpredictable but really honest feeling choices, being in the situation that he's in where his character has to cope with that he might die at the end of this. And there are a ton of great supporting performances. The actor who plays her husband, the actor who plays the lawyer, and there's a really good one-scene performance from an actress named Danielle Brooks, who just kind of came in late into the movie and kind of blew my socks off with this scene. I didn't know who she was, and then 2 minutes into the scene, I'm like, whoa, this is really adding a layer to Aldous Hodge's story. It's an amazing example of what a one-scene performance can do. It reminded me of Brian Tyree Henry's scene in If Beale Street Could Talk. There are moments that are slow, not a lot's going on. Sometimes the filmmaking is unspectacular, and sometimes I wish that they would have made more interesting directorial choices, because sometimes there were very interesting directorial choices in some scenes than others. Felt like they were kind of defaultly shot. But for a movie that's kind of about stillness, which, I sort of discovered towards the end that is a large theme in the film, it kind of makes sense the way that the filmmaking style was approached. But I still think that sometimes it showed that in a way that was more visually interesting, and I think it could have done that in other parts of the movie. But I think by the end of this film, I was pretty blown away by certain aspects of the storytelling and how the film reveals what it is trying to say. A little bit of spoiler territory ahead. I'm not going to talk about the plot. I'm going to talk about the themes and the meaning of the film, or my interpretation of the film. So if you don't want that spoiled for you, skip to this point in the video. I think that it really speaks to a lot of the struggles of our time that people have, where they are helpless to injustices, and they are in a world of stillness where society doesn't move. Things don't change, but what does that spark, even though it is not changing? For example, the protesters in this film that are outside the prison are there every day doing the same thing. The lawyer, every day, hopelessly defending clients. And ultimately, Alfre Woodard's character, who is maintaining the status quo of her job and doing what she needs to do. But stillness does not come without a consequence, as we see in this film. The film is about how Alfre Woodard's character realizes that she cannot maintain this. Sometimes the drama was a little too on the nose. It's definitely one of those films where everything that's being discussed or all the matters are right there, they're literally conversing about the things that are wrong. It doesn't do it in a way where it's the characters are talking about something else, but it reveals a different problem. So sometimes it's a little on the nose, which makes the drama a little less effective. But I think that the end is pretty perfect. The last 5 minutes really brought together a lot for me. And the song that plays over the end credits by Laura Mvula, sit in the credits and listen to the song and see how you can integrate the lyrics into the film. I think that this song should have been nominated for original song. Hell, I would vote for it. In fact, I would maybe even say it should win, because that's what a song should do. It should make you think about the movie and like add a different layer to it. Very powerful movie, quiet movie, slow movie, but definitely recommend it. If you like your movies not fun, but thought-provoking, you can check out this movie. I cannot give this movie an 8, and I won't quite give it a 9, so you're going to have to deal with the fact that this is an 8.5 out of 10. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you were on death row, what would your last meal be?